My daughter is determined. She is tiny, and the pink tricycle with the pink plastic handlebar streamers matches her. She's done with toddling around the front yard and is now pedaling back and forth across the 33 feet of sidewalk in front of our house, absorbing the landscape. The small grassy yard, the flower bed, our shabby Volkswagen at the curb, and me, sitting on the front porch steps. She's seen all there is to see here. She's determined that she should be allowed to ride to the second house south where her friend lives. It will mean traversing another 33 feet of sidewalk in front of the house next door. I'm scared to say yes. What if she falls off the tricycle and it takes me longer to reach her? And if I say yes, won't she be determined to do it again? Sometimes children are snatched off the street by strangers. It was in the newspaper. But that child was unsupervised, and in this case, I'm sitting right here, ready to spring into action at the sight of any unfamiliar car. I'm scared to say no, because successfully stretching boundaries builds competence and confidence. And so I say, yes, just this one time, knowing in advance how futile my statement will be. My heart flutters as I acknowledge the truth of it. Since the moment she drew her first breath, she's been moving away from me, and I must help her do it. I watch her tiny figure navigating new cracks in the sidewalk. It takes her only days to marshal irrefutable logic, and she's determined that if she can ride to the second house south, she can also ride to the second house north. Her world is expanded to 99 feet of sidewalk and will continue to grow. A larger tricycle, a big wheel, a bicycle with helper wheels, and trips from one end of the block to the other. This puts her out of sight behind shrubbery. And I know I need help. I need a nanny. A dog, I say, because an only child needs a dog. There's also the comfort this furry nanny brings me. He's at her side in a way I can't be, as a playmate bodyguard. His border collie herding capabilities become a source of irritation when the game of choice is hide and seek. He spoils it, circling from one concealed child to others until all have been found and returned to a nice tight herd in front of the house. They put him inside, where he watches forlornly out the front window. I sit on the couch, gazing out that very same window. I understand that my precious only child has to be outside without me, but it takes all my willpower not to resume my watchful post in plain sight on the front porch. My daughter is determined. She will test boundaries on her way to adulthood, and so we make a promise to each other. If she's ever in a jam, she will call me to come and get her, and I will do so without being angry. When the call comes at midnight, I rush to pluck her off the sidewalk in front of an underage drinking house party. I bite my lips and keep my promise. like my mother kept hers. She's fallen in love, and she's determined to marry him. I know he is not the right man for her, and I tell her so. One time. And then we plan the wedding. She's devastated by his betrayal, by the nude pictures, laid low by the divorce. She calls me to come and get her out of this jam. I hold my tongue and hold her close, watching her do it, and heave a sigh of relief as she reemerges from behind the shrubbery of low self-esteem. My daughter is determined. She will go to Africa and serve in the Peace Corps. There's a payphone in the village and an answering machine. I miss one of her calls and keep the message on the machine for months. "Hello, geezers," she says. She called us geezers. "Hello, geezers," she says. "I love you. I miss you." I beg the continent, please don't take my only child. The care packages carry the scent of home, and she's safe. My daughter is determined. There were months when our hearts beat only inches apart, and then she was separate. The sidewalk of her life beckons. The handlebar streamers billow and float. I see her from here, the front porch steps of motherness.